Imagine a world powered by wires, a web of communication stretching across continents. Now picture that world plunged into chaos by an invisible force. On September 1, 1859, English astronomer Richard Carrington, a man dedicated to understanding the heavens, observed two blinding flashes of intense white light erupting from the surface of the sun. He was witnessing an unprecedented solar flare, a colossal explosion of energy unlike anything previously recorded. A burst of power that would soon unleash its fury upon the Earth. Little did he know, as he meticulously documented his observations, that a massive wave of magnetized plasma, a supercharged cloud of particles, was racing toward Earth, traveling millions of miles through the vast emptiness of space. Within hours, a mere blink of an eye in cosmic terms, the storm hit our planet with full force. Telegraph systems, the cutting edge of communication technology at the time, across Europe and North America sparked erratically, sputtered and failed catastrophically, some even catching fire, engulfed in flames due to the overwhelming surge of electricity. The sun's outburst, this immense solar flare, overwhelmed the era's most advanced technology in an instant, revealing its vulnerability. But the destruction came with an eerie beauty, a breathtaking display of natural phenomena. Auroras, typically confined to the polar regions, lit up skies as far south as Cuba and Hawaii, painting the tropical nights with shimmering colors. People read newspapers at midnight by the ethereal glow of the auroras, the night sky transformed into a luminous spectacle. Miners, toiling in the Rocky Mountains, mistook the otherworldly lights for the break of dawn, a false promise of a new day. This was the Carrington Event, a cosmic warning, a stark reminder of the sun's immense power. The sun, our life-giver, the source of all energy on Earth, is also a force of chaos, a volatile star capable of unleashing unimaginable power, capable of disrupting life on Earth in a single, sudden outburst, reminding us of our planet's vulnerability in the face of cosmic events. The story of that day, the day the sun struck back, is more than just a historical anecdote. It's a message written in fire and light, a celestial warning etched across the sky. It reminds us that we live at the mercy of a star, a powerful and unpredictable force that shapes our existence. And it asks a chilling question. What if it happened again, but this time, in our modern, interconnected world? The answer to that question could redefine civilization as we know it, potentially plunging us into an era of unprecedented disruption. The sun's fury is not just a relic of the past, a forgotten chapter in history. It's a threat that still looms large, a potential catastrophe waiting to happen, reminding us of our constant vulnerability. The sun's activity rises and falls in an 11-year cycle, and the next solar maximum is expected in 2025. Unlike 1859, our world is now built on fragile digital infrastructure, satellites, GPS, and global communications. A solar storm of Carrington's scale today would threaten not just telegraphs, but the backbone of our civilization. Satellites could be knocked out of orbit, disrupting navigation, finance, and communication. The data streams we rely on could vanish in an instant. Our technological progress has made us more exposed than ever. The same forces that once lit up the night sky could now trigger a cascade of failures, paralyzing society. The sun hasn't changed, our vulnerability has. The coming solar maximum is a test of our preparedness. Are we ready to protect the world we've built? The clock is ticking. What exactly is a solar storm? It's a question that delves into the heart of our star's dynamic behavior and its profound influence on our planet. It's not wind or rain, as you might imagine, but rather a sudden and intense surge of energy and subatomic particles emanating from the sun. Think of it as a cosmic eruption. This surge originates from the sun's constantly shifting and often chaotic magnetic field. It's a realm of immense power and complexity. Solar storms are born when magnetic field lines on the sun become twisted and stressed. Eventually they snap and violently reconnect, releasing tremendous amounts of energy. This reconnection process unleashes solar flares, powerful bursts of electromagnetic radiation. These flares are like cosmic flashlights, emitting radiation that can reach Earth in just minutes, traveling at the speed of light. Upon impact, they can disrupt radio communications and GPS signals, potentially causing widespread navigation problems. For astronauts venturing beyond Earth's protective atmosphere and for the countless satellites orbiting our planet, these flares pose a direct and immediate threat, potentially damaging equipment and endangering lives. But the truly significant danger lies in the coronal mass ejection, or CME, a phenomenon of even greater magnitude. A CME is essentially a massive cloud of plasma composed of charged particles that is violently ejected from the sun and propelled outward into space, often directly toward Earth. Unlike flares, a CME takes hours or even days to traverse the vast distance between the sun and Earth, carrying with it the potential to compress and distort our planet's protective magnetic field. This compression can, in turn, induce powerful geomagnetic currents within the Earth's crust. These induced currents can then surge through our infrastructure, including power lines and pipelines, effectively transforming our technological systems into a vast conduit for the raw energy emanating from the sun. And the result of this solar surge? The potential for widespread blackouts, significant damage to sensitive technology, and widespread societal disruption. While our planet's magnetic shield offers a degree of protection, deflecting much of the incoming solar energy, our increasingly complex and interconnected technology remains highly vulnerable to the effects of these solar storms. Therefore, gaining a deeper understanding of these complex processes is absolutely key to developing effective strategies for defending our increasingly technological world. The occurrence of solar storms is an inevitable aspect of our sun's natural cycle, but our preparedness and our response to these events is what will ultimately determine the extent of their impact on our lives. Imagine a bustling city, alive with light and energy. Now, picture that same city suddenly plunged into darkness, a complete blackout, not just for minutes or even hours but for days or even weeks. A prolonged absence of power, a severe solar storm, a massive eruption from the sun, can overload and irrevocably destroy the transformers that power our electrical grids. These are the backbone of our modern society, and these crucial components aren't easily replaced. They are often custom-built and require significant lead times. Therefore, a widespread failure of these transformers could take months, if not years, to fully fix and restore power to affected areas. Without electricity, the consequences are far-reaching. Clean, potable water stops flowing from our taps as treatment plants rely on electricity to function. Hospitals, while equipped with emergency generators, can only run on limited fuel reserves. And the intricate network of food supply chains dependent on refrigeration and transportation would quickly break down. As we saw in 2023, even a relatively minor solar storm was enough to halt GPS-guided tractors in their tracks, temporarily pausing farming operations across vast stretches of the Midwest. A major solar event could rapidly empty supermarket shelves nationwide, and this scarcity could easily spark widespread unrest and social instability. Animals that rely on Earth's magnetic field for navigation would become disoriented and lost, and ships at sea, heavily relying on magnetic compasses, would find themselves at increased risk of navigational errors. The world, once illuminated and interconnected, would become a darker, more dangerous place, and deeply disconnected, as communication networks fail and communities become isolated. A significant solar storm wouldn't just turn off the lights for a little while. It would unravel the very fabric of our interconnected systems, the systems that hold modern society together. Our modern, technologically advanced life is far more fragile and vulnerable than we often realize. The silence that follows such a storm, the absence of our familiar hum of electricity, would be profound and unsettling. So, the question remains, are we truly prepared for that potential pause, for a world without power? The Carrington Event wasn't unique, just the first we noticed. In 1989, a solar storm knocked out Quebec's power grid in under 2 minutes, leaving 6 million people in the dark for hours. The blackout shut down transit, businesses, and daily life, all from a storm less powerful than Carrington's. It was a wake-up call: our grids are vulnerable, and the threat is real. These events are not ancient history, they're warnings. The Carrington Event showed the sun's raw power. 1989 showed our modern fragility. Today, our world is even more interconnected and exposed. The lessons are clear, but have we learned them? Our progress hasn't made us immune, just differently vulnerable. The next storm could be far worse. History is trying to teach us. Will we listen before it's too late? Amid warnings of disaster, solar storms also create breathtaking beauty. The Aurora, a celestial dance. Charged particles from the sun collide with our atmosphere, painting the sky in greens, reds, and blues. During powerful storms, auroras can be seen far from the poles, turning night into surreal twilight. The Carrington Event lit up skies across the globe. 1989 brought northern lights to Texas and Florida. A future superstorm would create a global light show. Stunning, but ominous. The aurora is both a warning and a wonder, a reminder of our fragility and the universe's beauty. It's the visible sign of the shield that protects us all. Even in chaos, the sun's power can inspire awe. We are both threatened and uplifted by our star. We're not powerless. Humanity now watches the sun with fleets of satellites and observatories. Spacecraft like SOHO and SDO monitor solar activity around the clock, spotting eruptions before they reach us. When a CME is detected, scientists can issue warnings, giving us hours or days to prepare. It's not enough time to rebuild infrastructure, but it's enough to take protective action, shutting down grids, safeguarding satellites. Early warning is our best defense, just as with hurricanes. Scientists are improving forecasts, building models to predict a storm's strength and impact. The more we understand the sun, the better we can protect ourselves. Our survival depends on vigilance and innovation, smarter grids, resilient technology, and constant observation. The sun's cycles will continue. Our task is to adapt. By watching our star, we safeguard our future. The next chapter is up to us.